Hi again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Reems Sonson YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing things I wish I knew in my 20s. So, I am 30 right now. So, obviously, I've had a lot of experiences in life, and some of the things I did in my 20s, I know now not to do in my 30s. So, I just want to share a little bit of the experiences I've had thus far. I hope you could relate to it and that you could share your experiences as well. So the things I wish I knew in my 20s, I decided to do a video on that topic because I recently wrote a blog post about that on ourtropicalliving.com. That's my website, so be sure to check it out. So some of the things I wish I knew back then, one is the importance of saving. When I just started working, it's like, okay, I started working, so now I felt like I could buy whatever I wanted to buy, go wherever I wanted to go. And you know that zeal you get when you just get your first paycheck, that okay, well, you'll save the next paycheck, but then that paycheck you'll just spend it on yourself, spoil yourself, because you've worked so hard and you've been looking forward to getting that paycheck. So I used to go out a lot, have fun, and just enjoy life and enjoy myself. So had I known what I know right now, I would save more so that I could have better investments and maybe be much better off than I am right now. The other thing I wish I knew was to invest in myself. And when about 2 to 3 years after I started working, I went to complete my degrees, and I felt like education was the way out for me. To me, I had to get qualifications so I could climb the hierarchy and just be the best version of myself. Well, at least that's what I thought back then. But that has not worked out as I envisioned. With healthcare, I mean, it's a tricky thing. I'm not going to say it's a matter of, how should I put it? Kiss butts. I am very vocal, and I do not, I, I do not stand for, I should say, nonsense. And when you have that type of personality, people tend to watch you on the side. You're easily blacklisted for the things that you say, especially if you don't support wrong. And most of the times, if you do not know certain people, or if certain people do not know you, if they are in a certain position or if they do not like you, then it seems like you tend to stay stagnant. You will see people who came after you move or go ahead of you. But I used to feel like, well, after my degree, then yeah, that was it for me. I would be so marketable, but that has not worked out as I planned. So for the people who think that education is the way out for you, depending on what you're doing, then it really might be the way out for you. But try to get a trade. If you are good at styling hair, or you can go and be a hairstylist, so that can be a side job. You can have extra money. If you're good at baking, you could go and do a course so that you could eventually own your bakery or have a restaurant. If you're a good singer, then practice some more singing. Just any side gig that you could do, just so that you could get ahead and at least be your own boss eventually. Because really and truly, when you're working for other people, they either want you to stay in the same position all the time, they don't want you to go and do something else or get to their level, because there is just as many people that can actually move up the ladder. So you might end up staying where you are for quite a while. But at the end of the day, all promotions and everything else come from God. So just believe in yourself, be hopeful, pray a lot, and never give up on yourself. But remember, invest in yourself. The same thing that you will do when you go on the job, the same hard work that you do when you go on the job, imagine if you invest that hard work into yourself. You will do it even more, and you will be even greater and be better. So the other thing, I wish I spent more time with my family members, my loved ones, especially my mother. In my 20s, I was just trying to finish my school and see what I could do for myself. That it's not that I made my mother take a back seat, but some days when I would be in the house, I would not spend as much time with her because I had so many other things to do, and I was so focused on these things. So now that she is no longer here with me, it's like, okay, well, you could have given her more time. And it was usually the two of us. So sometimes she would want to talk to me, and I'll be like, but mommy, I'm busy right now. Or I have to go somewhere, so we'll talk when I get back. And the conversation never happened. So just spend more time with all the individuals in your life, whoever is contributing to your betterment, whoever shows up for you, loves you. Just pay more attention to them and spend more time with them, because the time we have now, we don't know if we will have that time later on. Because right now you're here, and later, it's not even later, now you're just not here anymore. People die so quickly. So spend more time with people. Give people your undivided attention when you're around individuals. Do not be on your phone, or do not try to drift too much to think about what you will do later on, or just be like, okay, I sort of want to be in that conversation right now. I wish I could just escape or become invisible. So just be wary of that. And the other thing I wish I knew was journaling. I love to write. That's why I went into blogging. And I find writing, it clears my mind, it helps me vent, and it just makes me see a different perspective. Because when I read whatever I write another time, it gives me insight. And sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry when I remember what I wrote. When I read it and then I go back into what happened. So just try to write, instead of going and tell people your problems sometimes, because when you tell people your problems, they sometimes go and share it with other people, and that can be tasking. So try to write down your emotions, how you feel. Just make journaling be almost like your friend, because it's basically putting all your emotions and your feelings down on paper. And something I have been doing recently is reading inspirational books. I have been reading books from Les Brown, from Dr. Joseph Murphy. I recently read his book, How to Know the Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And that book is really, really, really good. It tells you a lot about the power of your subconscious mind and how powerful our thoughts are, and how whatever we say and think and just put it out there can actually come true. So try to read as much as you can, read inspirational books, read motivational books, just so that you could be a better person, so that you could have some different ideas, and just to improve on your health, your well-being, your mental health, and your vocabulary, of course. And the other thing I wish I knew was just being myself. You know, when you're young, sometimes you try to please other people. It's like you're a people pleaser, and you keep the way you really feel back because you don't want to hurt other people, or you want people to like you. But what I've realized is that no matter what, some people will just not like you. Some people, your spirit will just trouble their spirit. And it's not that you're a bad person. It's not that they don't like you, but your spirit is just troubling their demons. That's how I see it. And I've had somebody tell me to my face, well, Fontinelle, you know I just don't like you. Well, it was a nurse. And I told her, well, if you don't like me, take it up with the Lord. And she laughed so much. So just be yourself no matter what. I mean, it's only one you. There can only be one you. There is only one person with your fingerprint, and that is yourself. So you are unique, you are special, you are beautiful, you are one of a kind, you are worthy. So be yourself no matter what and no matter where you go. Be unapologetically you. And right now, I have started positive affirmations and positive self talk. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, okay, it's a new day. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I have abundance. I have everything I want and need. I am successful. I am important. I am valuable. And I will just continue with I am, and it will go on and on and on throughout the day. And even some of the I ams that I say and I do not believe, the fact that I say it so many times, I actually started believing in them. So just use positive affirmations every single day. Whenever you wake up, speak positivity into your life, speak positivity into your existence, and before you know it, you will only be surrounded with positivity. And something else that I wish I knew back then was being wary of comfort zones. Sometimes people don't like change. For me, I do not like change. I like to be in a certain way. I like to know that things are happening in a certain way. It's like I always want things to be planned, but that's not how life is. Things happen beyond our control. Sometimes situations come into our lives and then we cannot do anything about it. So do not stay in a comfort zone. It's not because you're comfortable where you are means that's where you should be, or that's where you should remain all your life. So if you're in a toxic relationship, speak about it, pray about it, and see if that's really where you're supposed to be. If you're in a job you really do not like, I mean, I'm not going to tell you to leave your job, but look for something else to do. Or if you feel that is the job you're supposed to be in, but then because of the environment it is just so toxic that you are demotivated, you don't want to do it anymore, you question whether it is your calling, especially if it is a career, then just try to use positive talk. Every time you go to your workplace, positive talk. Always use positive talk. Tell yourself you can, you will, you must, you are able, and see the positives in everything. No matter how bad the situation is, try to see it in a positive light and just think positively. Something else I wish I knew back then, was to create a vision board. Because creating a vision board, it's almost like magnets. And I have my vision board right now with all of the places I want to visit, how I want my relationship to be, the family that I want to have, because I want to have 3 kids. So I keep telling myself, I keep praying to God that when I finally do get pregnant, that I will have triplets to close my shop. And I always wanted to have 3 children because my mom had 3 of us. Although most times I wish I was the only child. Sorry, Bradley, sorry, Colleen. But I just believe in having a big family. I know right now it's so expensive to have anything in life because of how the world has gotten, but I am still hopeful. So create a vision board wherever you want to visit, whatever you want to do. If you want to be the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, if you want to travel the world, if you want to own a mansion, a hotel, you want to own multiple vehicles, you want to be better spiritually, you want to go to church every Sunday, whatever it is that you want in your life, just write it down. And if you could get pictures of it and just put it on a board or a Bristol board, or just put it on a wall, your plywood, whatever, just put it out there. And it's like the law of attraction. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy as well. So just keep at it. You can have a million things on your Bristol board. If you want to be a millionaire, you can put it out there on your vision board and just believe that it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I mean, God has the final say in everything. So, but there is no reason for you to not have faith, have hope, and of course, believe. And the what I wish I knew back then as well was forgiveness. I used to hold on to what people did to me, and I was just so bitter. In my 20s, I was a very bitter person. Well, not my 20s, my late teenage years, until I met my partner back then. And he just instilled positivity into my life. He changed me so much. He made me become a better person. And I'm just so thankful for him because he taught me the importance of forgiveness, not holding on to grudges, and giving and sharing and loving myself, and just so many things. So at the end of the day, do not hold on to grudges. When you hold on to grudges, you tend to stress out yourself. And sometimes the person, they're not even upset at you. They have already completely moved on. And when you see the person, you're like, turn up your nose. You'll be so upset. You cannot even be around the person because it's so comfortable. And the person have no problem with you. But because you're holding a grudge, you have not forgiven the person, then you stress out yourself. You get yourself sick. You cannot function properly. You have sleepless nights. And things are not going as they should in your life because you are holding on to negativity. So just forgive. I'm not going to tell you to forget, but when you forgive somebody, you actually forgive yourself and you heal yourself. So practice that. And I wish back then that I knew the importance of providing a service and giving more of myself. I recently started the foundation Sonson Helping Hand after the death of my late mom, Sophia Sonson, and it has been really, really interesting. I am just so surprised at the amount of people who have donated so that I could donate to families. So now that I am providing a service to my country, my community, the world at large, I feel a sense of accomplishment. I mean, I want to go beyond just that, but just providing a service, and it's not a job, but you give more of yourself and you give onto people who I would not say are in need, but they are just going for a difficult time. So they just need a little helping hand. And like my cousin Lucius told me once, sometimes you just need somebody to help you so you can get a little further. Like you just need a break. So that's what my organization is all about, providing a service to not just myself, but to everybody. So, what about you? What are the things that you wish you knew when you were in your 20s, or if you are in your 50s, when you were in your 30s? I mean, we all need a little advice sometimes. We all need a little love. So, leave a comment, like the video, and tell me what you think. Remember to follow my blog, ourtropicalliving.com. Follow Reems Sonson on Facebook and Instagram. Well, I also go by the name Our Tropical Living. So, see you soon. Hope you like the video.